This best ball draft edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their pick 8. Sign up with SGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
What's up, everybody? You're watching SGPN. Fuck the Cowboys. Let's go, baby.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh, football is so back.
Oh wow! If you're tuning in live, go to youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. See Kramer in his Tommy DeVito hat.
Now that I do, it does seem on. It's not
The hat fell off, and
it's a
you're wondering why Ryan stopped talking. His Italian Amish hat fell off the top of his head.
It's a hard hat to. All right, I'm just gonna give up. It's a hard hat to wear under the headphones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
not a lot of novelty hats are built for headphones, but especially not that one. Kramer, how are we feeling? I'm getting worried, Ryan, because we're taping this on July 19th. I'm worried about your. Yeah, I wanted to bring this up on air. Have an intervention. I'm worried you're not going to max enter this year. Best Ball Mania. I'm worried you're not going to get your succulent.
I have. It never came.
Really?
I never got anything. So, I mean, I nothing but nice things to say about the great people over at Underdog. But what do
they
we
owe
doing?
you one succulent.
They owe me a cactus, cacti, cactus. I'll take 2 though if they want to send it. Yeah, the hat's gotta go. We'll put on spuds. I would say the risk is real.
Why are you just out on football this year? Is it the Hard Knocks New York Giants offseason got you off football this year? What's going on?
No. I mean, if you go back to last year, at this point, I was probably at 40 drafts, maybe max. I hadn't done a ton, so I see what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
I will definitely be max entering.
Oh, okay.
That's happening. Insert large deluge of slow drafts in my life upcoming. And no, I think I said it publicly last year.
Yes.
That what I learned was more drafts super early, which I missed the window on, and don't mess around with too many drafts in the middle, and then hit it hard late. So I regret not doing more early.
Okay.
We did a decent amount, but I probably could have done 2x early.
Yeah.
And now I'm just gonna have to cram in August. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I will say though, one of the things that is gonna help, I think, we start doing our team previews a week from Monday.
A week
from Sunday night, really.
So wait, when is the official? If people are subscribed to the YouTube channel, which they should be. When will they get that notification that we are taping our first live NFL team preview? Was it July 28th?
I thought you were going to do game show style. You were about to give me a bunch of choices.
Oh, is it A?
No. So basically, to keep it simple, 8:30 on Sunday and every night after that, 7/28. So July 28th. That's a Sunday.
Let's go.
That Sunday night episode will be the first team preview. We have not decided the order in which we will be doing the team previews, but that will be the first one. And then after that, 11 a.m., 8:30 p.m. from there on.
Are we? So you don't want to run back starting with the lowest win total going up?
I'm down to do anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying it. I'm just stating facts that it has not been formally decided.
I would say, yeah. I like starting with the worst team, working up to the best team, at least.
As do I.
what the market says. If you have a better idea to break down the 32 NFL team previews, hit us up at Gambling Podcasts. Get in the old DMs.
Win total, reverse order of Super Bowl odds, all that makes the same kind of logical sense.
Yeah.
The only other option in my mind is just purely alphabetical.
Yeah. I don't know. That's not quite as fun.
No, I agree. I think going worst to first is how we do basically everything else. All right. So which team is that then?
Oh, what team has the
quick
lowest
trivia
win
for
total?
you?
I would say
as someone who just questioned my dedication to football.
New England Patriots.
Yes.
Come on.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
Why the Panthers and the Patriots are that different this year? I'm still very confused.
I mean, this is a breakout season for Bryce Young. I feel bad. I'm sure there's some diehard Panthers fans listening to this podcast trying to get excited about football. Ryan,
do you think they would rather go first? Do you think they're sad they don't get to go first again?
What is the bull case for the Carolina Panthers? What is the best case scenario?
7 wins. Like what their win total will be.
We see this in the NBA, Ryan, where guys in their early 20s keep growing. Maybe Bryce Young adds a couple inches over the summer break. We've seen it in high school. Maybe he's a late bloomer.
Paul George did grow a bunch. Remember that?
No, I guess to me, it's like Bryce Young's size is the biggest issue for this Carolina Panthers team, and I don't know how you work around it. I do think Canales is certainly an interesting quarterback hire. Coaching hire. He did get a lot out of Baker Mayfield, and to the point where Baker Mayfield was on part of my take, and the guys brought up Dave Canales' book where he talked about how he was addicted to masturbating. And Baker Mayfield was like, "Hey, that's just a part of his journey."
No, we don't talk about that.
Baker was all fun and jokes, but he kind of defended his guy there, Canales. I would say something to get a little excited about
because he got paid. I think if someone got you paid,
yeah.
I mean, it's worth noting. Just go. Something I love to do. I'm sure most people do this. You pull up the Pro Football Reference page for a player and just look at stuff. Go look at Baker Mayfield's game log, and you tell me that he should not love the shit out of Dave.
Well, and then if you read, I don't know the full story, so feel free to do your own research. But Baker Mayfield lost a ton of his money. I think it was like a brother-in-law or stepbrother, someone close to him was managing his money and stole a bunch of money. So shout out to you, Baker, for getting paid, waking up feeling dangerous. Yeah, I think the Patriots, to me, there's at least the unknown. Hey, we don't know what it's going to be like without Bill Belichick. We don't know the ceiling of Drake May in his rookie year. So at least the unknown, you have a reason to be a little optimistic if you're a Pats fan.
I guess. It's like there is the if you look at the bottom 3 teams in the league, it's the Pats, Broncos, and Panthers, and it's
of
like
those three,
which team do you feel actually most optimistic about?
Oh, definitely the Broncos. I mean, I do like Sean Payton still as a head coach. I think they showed some grit and moxie. I mean, after a lot of teams would just completely quit after giving up 70 points.
Yes,
it seems like he kind of figured out, hey, these are the guys that are buying in. These are the guys that aren't. It's kind of separated them. And I thought they did an okay job finishing the season.
Yeah. What's interesting is I would say just gauging the public. I've heard more people be positive about the Panthers than the Broncos and the Patriots.
People are out on the Broncos. I don't see why.
Bringing in new coaches will totally change the ownership and the culture of not.
Shout out to Easy in the chat, Detroit legend himself. He's saying Kramer was looking like a pilgrim with that hat on. He's in on the Broncos. 100%. Bo Nix gonna win Rookie of the Year. All right, Kramer, enough messing around. Let's hop.
You got to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Would you get in a boat and sail across the ocean? Talking about pilgrims.
Oh yeah, I probably would. I'm an adventurous guy.
Yeah. Think about how
I've been known to let it ride.
What do you think the death rate was on those voyages back then?
Probably pretty high.
Yeah,
I mean, if you make it over here,
how many people made it back? That's the question.
Made it back to England
in a round trip situation.
It is bonkers.
1%.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah,
I mean,
just
think
surviving the ship itself.
Well, they say, and a lot of the ships apparently were just destroyed even before they really left Europe because fucking savages would just sit offshore and wait for him and pick him
Well,
off.
you know that the expression "under the weather," you know where that comes from. It was basically if you were really sick, they just put you in the bottom of the ship to keep you away from the weather on top of the ship, and that was like the solution. The insane amount of disease. Just anytime you go back in time and just think about the act of taking a shit, it immediately becomes time travel becomes way less interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's anytime you take a shit, you basically could die anytime you shit. Think about that.
Living on the edge. All right, let's do some best ball mania draft, Kramer. Fire it up.
I'm working on it. All right, so
I'm ready to roll.
You're ready to roll. Let me get it going.
Yep.
What are we at? What's the fill?
Oh, they even now
43%. See, it's the fill slowed down just like me.
Okay.
Just saying. What's this? How many entries I want to enter at once? See, this seems dangerous.
Oh wow, you can. Wow,
so I can go. I could just do this. Like I could just go bang. That seems.
You could put 50. You could enter 141 entries in at one time. Wow.
That seems unsafe. And I can already tell there's a bug in this because I have more than 9 entries. So we'll have to write them a little letter. Ready?
I'm hitting enter. Confirm.
Oh boy.
Fetching the draft. I'm in. How many open spots? 5 open spots. Hop in if you're watching live. Get in. Michigan, of course, now able to draft. Shout out to Easy. I know merch god himself, Jake, is a big fan of the old drafts. Yeah. Yes. So now he's able to do it. He's a Michigan man himself.
Have you tried college yet?
I have not tried college. That's a new thing you can do on Underdog. That college best ball drafts are available. So if you like college football, get in on that.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about massive edge, Ryan? Our boy Froton over there, he was all about it. So let's go.
I'd imagine anyone who follows college football on that level, Colby, his brother, maybe Patty C, unclear, but I would say if I would NC Nick, I'm guessing he's going to shred in the best ball streets. I would imagine you don't even need to know like good best ball strategy.
No,
to dominate early on.
I mean, I don't even know if there's like places putting out rankings yet for college.
And if they are, how good could they possibly?
Yeah,
be? I know there's college fantasy out there, but it's a pretty small marketplace.
No, honestly, if you have deep knowledge of college fantasy football, you should be getting in on their on the best ball draft product.
And I don't mean to say the places that do it aren't doing it well, but how could you possibly do it well? Phil Steele comes on this program and talks about how he talks to every coach and he says how hard it is to get an understanding of what the roster is going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, there's insane amount of teams. The rosters are massive compared to the NFL. There's always going to be a freshman or sophomore or some young underclass. I mean, the extreme case is obviously the year Joe Burrow won the Heisman, but there are going to be.
And I would imagine the other part of this is that you're really, it's not knowledge of the bigger programs. You're probably looking to go.
I would imagine you're getting paid if you know some Power 5 skill position players that aren't on people's radar, which takes you have to have a deep depth of knowledge. And honestly, like most people, if they're breaking down college and they're hardcore grinding it out, they're like locked in on one conference, maybe one team.
Well, it's like they're bad teams too a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just, it's like not only do you want to be in the group of 5, but you want to be like bad team hunting.
Yeah.
Because you
think about some of those FC. Well, I don't know are the FCS schools included?
No. And every year, I mean, Sean, not this year, but the Fantasy Expo, like they do these college drafts that are like, it's like they're 20 teams, 50 rounds. And it just seems like when I was a younger man, that would be appealing to me because the deeper the draft goes, the more that my knowledge will be superior. But with college sports, there are only so many people that have the deep knowledge. So you would think Colby could be a sharp. Should we teach him about stacking?
I don't know. Do you need to stack? I think stacking makes sense.
It's the same principle.
Yeah.
Are we playing in single week competitions at the end with lots of people, much like a GPP?
True. True.
If we are, then we're trying to win the game. So this is the slowest one of these has ever filled for us.
Hop in the draft. Checking in on the chat. Japan is saying he's in Mississippi, can't get in on the draft. Unfortunately, they're not there yet. Nikki Sager wants to say, "Go Blue Boys!"
What?
My 8-year-old got to play a flag football tournament at the Big House last week. That would be awesome. Playing.
I'll say
getting
this:
to play at the Big House.
Well, I don't want to pull back the old curtain too far, but one of the nice. I don't want to even call it a nice thing. One of the positives of youth sports being a little bit more corporate and about the money is the stadiums have realized that what they can do is they can invite youth teams to come down and play any level of competition, from, hey, we just want to show up and scrimmage someone, to play like a state championship at a stadium. And guess how it works? There's no real fees that go on, but the parents have to buy tickets. And so,
they probably fire up the concession stand.
Yep.
Still charge you $9 for a Coke.
Still make you park super far away, even though the place is fucking empty. So
wait, you went to SoFi? Right?
I've been to SoFi before. I've been to the Rose Bowl before. So yeah, it's like but it's still cool. It's still one of those things where
I'm so jealous.
100%.
If I got to play Pee Wee football at the vet.
Well, here's what I would say:
that would be great if they still made the fans sit up in the 700 section.
If you are in, they do there's tiers. You can buy field level tickets. You can buy where you get to actually go on the field. You can buy tickets that allow you
meet and greet.
They had 2 or 3 pricing levels for tickets. I mean, incredible racket. Kids don't have to pay a dime. But I would say if you do manage a team or you're involved in a youth sports league, contact your local stadium. You'd be surprised. It's not very difficult to get. And if you conspire with the parents and just send a professional photographer, then no one has to pay the money. You just have the pictures for the moments.
Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb go 1-2. I take Tyreek Hill at 3. Feeling really good about that.
Sean, should we pre-record a dance on CeeDee Lamb injury grave video ahead of the season?
Oh no.
When this goes, I mean, you want to talk about a more obvious bust in fantasy? Here's what I'll even say something nice about Zeke at the same time. I would much rather auto draft Zeke than CeeDee Lamb. At least Zeke, there's some upside. He's going at the end of the draft, but
Nikki Sager saying $20 entry per person for when his kid played flag football at the Big House. $100 if you want to chill on the field. Come on!
I'm telling you,
you really need to get the $80 off the parents going to watch their kids.
That's the whole point.
I get maybe $20. All right, cover the whatever the slight operating costs to unlock the gates. What else are they? What else is
costs a lot of money to get those lights on, Sean?
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I never got to play at a real NFL field. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Breece Hall goes to Ryan. Real money, Kramer. Surprising pick there, Kramer. I feel like you haven't drafted Breece Hall much.
We've been
in this process.
We've been discussing this for weeks now. That I've come around on the idea of the ceiling for Breece Hall being
the year after
the number one over the overall pick.
Yeah, the year after the year of the injury is when these guys really come back in a big way. I get that. I still have concerns with the Jets offensive line. To me, is the biggest red flag. I'm on Ross St. Brown, Bijan Robinson, AJ Brown goes. Dog.
Yeah, no, I would say that pretty firmly believe Breece Hall's not running back number 2.
Friendly reminder: Patreon Pick'em prize this week is $100 futures ticket from Circa in Las Vegas. Kramer going to be out in Circa, aka Las Vegas, all next week. Filling in for the morning show on VSiN. Follow the money. You can get it not only VSiN.com but Nesson. You guys are over there, and of course, great reminder: sign up for Circa Million, Circa Survivor, 16 million in guaranteed prizes. Derek, being a gentleman, doesn't take any sort of rake. We also got a sweet deal on a proxy, footballcontestproxy.com, promo code SGP. Get it all. Get set up. Circasports.com.
Only 2 red shields in here.
Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr. all off the board. Nico Collins goes. Kramer, do you think the Devontae Adams trade stuff is real?
No. No, I do not.
Okay.
I think it's very easy to connect dots.
Does seem like he wants a new deal.
Sure. But I've also, I mean, you can speculate. There's just as many quotes of Davante Adams being excited about the upcoming season for the Raiders. Sure, he's a professional, but
Well, and you were pointing out in the back office there about Getsy and what he's bringing to the offense, and how Davante Adams had one of his best years with Luke Getsy.
I'll highly recommend. Part of the process, every coordinator just pull up their Wikipedia page or whatever page you want to look at.
See the connections
and just start drawing any sort of interesting connections. And that one, and then I would say interesting use of AI, Sean. Ask AI to collect every instance of Davante Adams talking about Luke Getsy, stuff like that. Very good at that. So, I mean, yeah, cross-referencing some stuff. It does seem like Davante Adams is legitimately excited to be where he is.
Jalen Waddle, Jahmyr Gibbs, DK Metcalf, Jonathan Taylor all go. Kramer, you're on the clock. You just took Malik Neighbors in the second round.
He wasn't going to make it back.
I mean, this draft might get flagged, Kramer.
He wasn't going to make it back to me.
You said Hard Knocks wasn't getting to you, and here you are.
No,
drafting Malik
this
Neighbors.
is all highlights. Every time I see you
just bombs production.
Every time I see you and other clowns posting videos of him generously tipping at a strip club, I think about the video of him that next morning grinding through a workout in the heat. I'm very excited.
Olave, Brandon Ayuk, Saquon, Mike Evans, Devin Otchin. What do I do?
And
here?
I got to be honest too, Sean. This is that receiver dead period we've talked about, where it's a bunch of guys who are like,
I like Mike Evans, but I don't like taking him here. I'm going to go Saquon.
Oh, Saquon falling to here is new.
Yeah, almost a third round.
And you have to do something now, because we hypothesized about this a lot. The elite quarterback running back stack.
Oh, drafting Jalen Hurts,
where you don't necessarily take any of his receivers, but you take him and Barkley.
Mike Evans goes, or I could, I mean, Devonta Smith might fall into my lap here, Ryan.
It's true.
Cooper Kupp also available. Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a guy
we've both gotten a little more interested in.
Just when you realize
he's going to score 10 touchdowns.
He's gonna get so many carries inside the 5. Like I think both things could be true. He could be approaching the end of his run, but if he's out there available, healthy on the field,
Sean, let's take that. Should we put a little bit on him to lead the league in touchdowns?
Yeah, we have not talked about that market yet. I don't know if those numbers are up. Have you found?
There are some numbers out there.
Devonta Smith goes right in front of me.
Sorry about that.
Cooper Kupp, Chris Olave, Brandon Ayuk is available. Devin Otchin, Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry. You know what? Why not Derrick Henry?
Whoa!
I don't think I have enough of them. Start out with Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Tyreek Hill.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's rare I draft 2 running backs this high, but sometimes you just got to go ADP, Ryan.
Well, and
ABP or no
BPA.
BPA. There we go.
You got it. I know you've been doing a lot of deep diving on the internet, so 3-letter acronyms are flooded your mind right now. Why does the guy
they had a guy in the water tower, Ryan? Brandon Ayuk, Stephon Diggs go right in front of you, and Kramer goes Michael Pittman Jr., who again, if you listen to our top 10 fantasy football receivers, he made my top 10 list. I don't recall if he made yours. He did.
I was higher on him.
Okay.
Let's try
in that offense. Shane Steichen.
Yeah,
it's a platform.
It's 2 things for me. It's that. It's also I feel very strongly you should be trying to stack one of your elite receivers, one of your elite pass catchers, or stack. Actually, I feel strongly you should be stacking all of your elite pass catchers. Ideally, if you're drafting them in the first 3 rounds, you're stacking them. And so this also sets up an Anthony Richardson stack, which I haven't done a ton of.
Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews go. Devin Otchin off the board.
The Sharps love a Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson double tap.
Kyron Williams. I'm always out on Mark Andrews. So he wasn't a top 10 tight end last year.
He wasn't.
Correct.
He got hurt.
And I don't think he's going to be top 10 this year. I also did announce that Christian McCaffrey would get injured this year. 400 target, 400 touches. it is one of the few things you can credibly rely on every year. If you had 400 touches the year before, you will get injured the next season.
Sean, I'm sure Jake's listening, but let's get maybe we do like a mock New York Post or something where we find it from the future. We just get the article out there, and we post you're the time traveler and you've come back from the future when Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, and it's the newspaper to prove it. That would I feel like that would enrage people to a point where it'd be pretty funny.
Easy in the chat pointing out Derrick Henry. He saw the odds second in most rushing touchdowns at plus 800. Yeah, I don't know if I'd love that, but shouldn't he be drafted higher then? I mean, if Underdog is half point PPR and if touchdowns really matter, why is he not getting drafted higher if the market believes he's going to be scoring that many touchdowns?
You're making a lot of sense, Sean.
I know. DJ Morgos, Christian Kirk, Isaiah Pacheco, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell. A lot of I've been listening to a lot of fantasy content, and everyone's saying,
"What's everyone excited about?" So what did I called it? Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, nice
not a red shield, but must be a sharp.
Nice little stack there for that gentleman. Bobby Blaze, shout out to you.
It's smoking my weed.
George Pickens off the board. Nikki Sager. Kramer's on the clock. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Isaiah Pacheco, they didn't bring anyone in. They didn't bring anyone of note. They don't have any other running backs on this roster." Enter Carson Steele. Kramer going Trey McBride, tight end in the fourth round.
I know Kelsey's still available.
Kelsey goes.
This is a guys I like draft so far. It's a my guys draft. That's what we need to do, a my guys episode. I don't know. Fantasy people don't see the hilarity of doing my guy episodes.
Trey McBride goes to Kramer. Travis Kelsey goes right after.
How do you feel about that? Too cute?
Might be getting a little too cute.
Reminds me of the time that Dick Olson took. I almost went Amari Cooper. Dick Olson took Kyle Pitts in front of Travis Kelsey in the FFPC with the 1.5 PPR. It was Kyle Pitts' year. He was confident.
Amari Cooper off the board. Ryan, do I do T Higgins, Travis Etienne, Patrick Mahomes available?
You know exactly what you should do.
Jalen Hurts, rare breed, untamed. Let's go. Come on. I tried not to draft him.
Don't overthink it.
T Higgins. And then I get a nice Saquon, Johnny Wilson, Dallas Goedert stack.
It's that time. Quarterbacks. So we got a couple more mobile ones.
And then I can just get a Will Levis late.
Yeah, I mean, I
have way too much Will Levis. Patrick Mahomes right off the board.
He's a great compliment for a
Will Levis.
Although I think it's okay for you to do like 2 late quarterbacks that are also stacks. And honestly, you should be grabbing Tua with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Easy pointing out, it's kind of crazy. Travis Kelsey, 4th tight end off the board. It is weird. Like, how much is he going to be worrying about his regular season stats? But they certainly do need him to win games. All right, I'm on the clock here. Dalton Kincaid available. Hollywood Brown, Josh Jacobs, who's a guy I want a little bit more of.
You just get 4th running back in a row. You're going to go 4 straight running backs.
See what you're doing, insulting Jalen Hurts by referring that he's a running back. Yep. Keenan Allen also available. It's Calvin Ridley, Jaden Reed. I'm gonna go Keenan Allen. Guy just catches a ton of footballs. I know it's half point PPR, but when you catch 100 of them, it's a pretty good score.
Agreed. There's a lot of guys I like here.
Calvin Ridley's still going ahead of DeAndre Hopkins.
That's probably right.
Yeah,
he's in the Jamar.
But
Chase
I mean,
role.
I did like the chemistry Will Levis has with DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, but Calvin Ridley to me. Oh, Kyle Pitts off the board.
Kyle Pitts in the 5th round. Oh my God.
Kyle Pitts when Dalton Kincaid is still on the board.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's Harrison.
You know what? There's so many guys I like right here, but are people not paying it? Josh Jacobs is going to be the only run. Like, he's going to be the main dude.
I like Josh Jacobs a ton in that offense. And again, he's a great example. He had in 2022, something like 370 touches. He got hurt last year. This year, he should be healthy, should be ready to go. I think he's going to get a ton of work. I mean, you know, knock on wood, he stays healthy. He's in line for a massive role in Green Bay.
It just seems like Aaron Jones plus whatever AJ Dillon was giving him. I don't think. I mean, I like Marshawn Lloyd. I don't know how much he's going to be involved early.
Adam in the chat pointing out Levis and Hurts have the same bye, so probably don't want to stack those guys.
I mean, that's why you get Tua, and then you also stick Levis on the team.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of my. I don't want to tip my hand too much.
3 tight ends, Sean.
I haven't. I think most of my, unless I get like a Kelsey or someone like Trey McBride, I don't think you need 3 tight ends. Because if you need 3 tight ends and you're using one of your picks in the 4th round for a tight end, that lineup's already cooked.
Disagree. I think the way you do it though is
really
you take 2 late ones. It's still, you still want to have the touchdown variance game. Like that's what we've really learned. That's why all the good tight ends, all of them fell around this year. Why? Because they were all kind of the same. And so I do think it's still valid to go after a little bit of depth there.
Been warming up to the idea of Rashee Rice.
How many weeks is he getting?
Yeah, I think it's going to be lower and lower. Joe Mixon goes, Dalton Kincaid, Hollywood Brown, James Cook. And I also think he's going to be there for you in the playoffs. He had such a good rookie year.
Look at the value.
He's a bit of a knucklehead, but I mean, Andy Reid has shown us he gets rehab projects. I mean, think of how many people's careers he's rehabbed.
Is this guy going to pull off the late Mahomes double stack with Kelsey and Rashee Rice, or is the Hollywood Brown team going to snipe him?
I think Rashee Rice already got drafted.
No, I know. I'm saying Mahomes is still available. Oh no, he's not. He got taken. Jesus, these guys are just plucking up Chiefs. So all right, that's a good question. Kelsey went in the 4th round. 5th round was Rice and Brown. Who has the most points this year? It doesn't sound
Kelsey, like Rice, and Brown.
Well, I don't know if you've listened to the early stuff from the Chiefs. It doesn't sound like Worthy's going to be involved heavily early. That would be I think Worthy's going way too early based on what I've heard.
He just went Xavier Worthy, Jaden Reed, Josh Palmer, all the way up in the 6th round. Calvin Ridley goes.
I mean, I don't mind doing the Hollywood Brown Xavier Worthy thing, thinking like they'll complement each other, but I do think that it sounds a lot like they're not planning on getting him out there super early, or at least not relying on him.
Deontay Johnson goes. Want no part of him this year. Like 0. Anthony Richardson goes to Nikki Sager in the chat.
I would have taken him there.
AR-15.
Yeah, because I have Pittman, so I would have 100% gone.
Kramer, you are on the clock. Who are you drafting?
Well,
and why?
I'm now trying. I'm doing a little bit of a late shuffle here, but I do think I always like the
Rashad White's available.
No, D-Hop. I'm always taking.
Oh,
I was half talking myself into the idea of taking Christian Watson, and then I just was like, I can't deal with his hamstring.
The hamstring, like the fact he's like seeing a special doctor to like understand hamstrings more, is just such a red flag.
So I'd rather just take another bet on D-Hop.
Yeah, those deep balls that Levis threw to him. Kenneth Walker, K9 himself goes. Almost on the clock here. Rashad White's available. Why do people not like Rashad White?
I thought about him. I think part of it is you have a new offense.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure if the usage is going to be there. I mean, Kenneth Walker in some ways to me is more interesting because we've heard the new coach and the new offensive coordinator talk about how much they plan to run the ball. And so I feel a little bit more confident there, but I mean, to your point, Rashad White was a huge part of the offense. And so unless you believe he's going to lose some of that volume in the 6th round, it's almost silly.
All right. I'm drafting Rashad White.
It's a little bit like, I mean, there's probably a couple other guys coming up that are in a similar, like, they're getting a ton of volume, but Rashad White doesn't have, I mean, pull up our lads. What's the competition there? I haven't memorized.
Not really much.
Haven't memorized the Bucks running back room yet. I apologize. Does feel a little embarrassing, but I think it's like Bucky Irving or something. Hold on. Bucky Irving, Chase Edmonds, Sean Tucker.
Christian Watson, Jake Ferguson, George Kittle all go. So I'm sitting here on the clock. Pick number 75.
You got sniped on George Kittle. That's tough. Sorry about that.
No, I was not planning on drafting him.
Oh, okay. That's good then.
Wouldn't mind a Brian Thomas play here. Maybe a Keon Coleman. Feel like I'm pretty good on running backs. Don't need a tight end yet. Lad McConkey. Brian Thomas got it in with 1 second. Whew.
Brian Thomas is also a bring back if you plan on a Levis stack later.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
But I also, I don't know if I'm going to take Levis because of the.
That's fine though. If you have 3 quarterbacks, it doesn't matter. And if Levis is the late one after you've already taken Tua, and now you got Herm J getting Lad McConkey, that's got to piss you off.
McConkey, Ryan.
What did I say?
McConkey.
I said McConkey.
No, I thought I heard a cocky in there.
Okay. All right, let's do this stack.
Easy wants to know: are you drafting any Xavier Legette? I know Bryce Young is throwing to him, but he seems like he could get a lot of targets. Kramer.
Candidly, and I'm a guy who likes buying into shitty quarterback situations, not drafting any Bryce Young. So it's hard to draft the receivers.
Did draft your boy Kyler. Are you going to get a Kyler Murray jersey, Ryan?
I got I got Trey McBride. So I was setting up a couple stacks. If I didn't get AR 15, which by the way, 1 pick away from getting him, this was the backup plan. CJ Stroud falling back into a more proper place, probably.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, nothing's changed, but there were
people are realizing it was stupid to draft him in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time where he was getting drafted ahead of Anthony Richardson, which, I mean, yeah, would I rather have CJ Stroud this year as a quarterback? Sure, 100%. But this is fantasy football. People.
Yeah, he should be going after Kyler. That's the line for me.
Yeah,
it's like you get the first 6 guys. It's the running guys plus Mahomes, and then CJ Stroud.
I was listening to forget what I was listening to, but kind of had me a little more optimistic about Curtis Samuel, what he did previously in the Joe Brady offense, how they could use him for some bubble screens, a lot of design touches. I was kind of intrigued.
Yeah, and then they tried to do similar stuff with him in Washington when he was brought over there, and I don't know. He's not that he's like an old guy to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone's gonna pop on Buffalo.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think it's going to be Curtis Samuel. I feel good about that. Also, why do we think Joe Brady's going to be? I'm coming in and out on the Buffalo Bills. I got to be honest. The slot run, the negative slot run with the Bills.
How's the slot?
Well, and of course, Matt Collins is on the roster, right? So, James
you think
Conner,
he's going to take
Brock Bowers, Trevor Lawrence, all off the board. There will be one sweet. My prediction is Matt Collins has 1 awesome touchdown with the Buffalo Bills this season. Because Josh Allen just loves to chuck the ball up, and
what do we see?
Matt Collins' crazy ass is going to run it down.
Do we see more highlights of him blocking or catching passes this year?
I think Matt Collins and Josh Allen are going to be best friends.
I feel like the highlight we're going to see is like him and Josh Allen, like bear hugging or head butting. Like he's going to be the best guy that celebrates with Josh Allen.
I'm worried about all the snakes he owns. I don't feel like Buffalo's a great town for snake ownership.
Indoors,
or maybe I guess you get a lot of basements.
You got to be careful though. You can't lose power. It gets too cold. Those snakes don't like the cold.
No,
you got to learn about being cold blooded.
Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, Trevor Lawrence, James Conner, all off the board.
And the Josh Allen team's going to get Keon Coleman too. Wow.
Jaylen Warren off the board.
We have some well constructed.
Jaylen Warren ahead of Najee Harris. Do you agree with that, Ryan?
No. You must not know our friend Mr. Arthur Smith. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, I need
Najee does go now.
Feel like I need another receiver.
God damn it. Kramer takes Cortland Sutton.
But look at the list.
MIQ.
You have to like no one else that's available. Maybe a couple guys have the potential. I mean, Sutton's the number 1 last I checked, and we've seen Peyton have success with guys who can't really throw the ball down the field and number 1s having massive seasons.
Raheem Mostert, Joe Burrow, go. I didn't want to take a running back here, but Have you seen the photos of Zamir White, Ryan?
Boy, see,
drafting that guy.
you don't usually fall for that stuff.
Listen
That's
to this
more
running.
my game.
I'm gonna call him the four horsemen: Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Rashad White, Zamir White. Do I need another running back?
You like the Whites, huh? Was that planned?
When it comes to last names for fantasy football players,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Ramondre off the clock. I would have rather went receiver. I would have rather had Cortland Sutton, but you took him.
So you like Zamir White versus Ramondre? I think I kind of agree. I think Antonio Gibson catching passes makes me like Zamir. Zamir White has no fucking competition.
No, yeah, I guess
zero competition for carries.
I guess I know the Raiders are playing in a dome. I know Antonio Pierce likes running the ball. I know Zamir White has no competition. Ramondre, it's like way more unknowns, right? You play outdoors. There is a pretty low floor to this Patriots offense.
Yeah, my worry is that they're not winning games and he's not carrying the ball. Like that's my direct worry with him.
That's a fair concern.
It's a very fair concern. Oof, where else can we go with this team?
Probably a bit of a reach, but I don't want to lose him. I need the stack. I took Dallas Goedert there.
Jonathan Brooks goes, Sean. What's your thoughts?
No, thanks. 100% zero interest in a guy coming off an ACL injury, going to a bad team. That I don't know. Maybe they do start him, and day one, and they did. To their credit, I think the Panthers did try and bulk up their offensive line. I will give them credit for that, getting some big uglies up front there. So I guess that's a scenario, but in the 9th round, like, no, thanks, man. I the more we do these drafts, the more I'm like, yeah, give me some Chuba Hubbard. Why not? He will get a lot of volume early.
Yeah. Great for the zero.
Or we could just not see much of him, right? Of Jonathan Brooks. I don't know. I'm just skeptical. Tyler Lockett, Bijan Robinson, Dakota Rain, Prescott, Trey Benson off the board, Zach Moss.
I was hoping for Zach Moss or Trey Benson, so happy to get Trey Benson. It is more correlated. Got the now Arizona double stack. A little bit of a fade of your guy Connor, Sean. So I think I'm officially hoping that Trey Benson takes over that job. That's my hope there. I'm not rooting for injury, but I am hoping that he takes over the job.
Jordan Love goes. Who'd you rather have, Ryan? Jordan Love or Dak Prescott? As an impartial fantasy,
I don't like either one of those guys. Jordan Love after he signs a mega deal.
You are leaking this news that you expect a mega deal incoming, right?
I'm sure you saw the clip. He was asked about it, and he said he's like basically shook his head as if to say, "I'm not worried about my contract," with a big smile on his face. So yeah, I do think he's going to sign a deal.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm not breaking any news though.
Jaden Daniels goes.
Just sharing.
Jaden Daniels is definitely interesting in best ball. The upside with the rushing.
Yeah. He's very interesting.
And would you take him? Would you take him in a home league, Ryan? We're back in our crypto ETH league.
God damn it!
Managed fantasy.
Are we going to hire anyone from the? Are we going to bring anyone on to manage the team?
I mean, if maybe we just bring Cody on just to do waiver wire. Are we gonna? Who are we gonna try and draft for our quarterback? I like not having a shitty quarterback, but
we never have. What do you mean? With managed leagues, we never have a shitty. When did we do one of these teams and have a shitty quarterback? Jalen Hurts was our quarterback last year, was he not? Or was it Anthony
last
Richardson?
Year was Lamar.
Yeah, there you go.
It was a weird year for him fantasy wise.
100%. I think you shoot for an early quarterback in managed.
Shaheed, Njoku, Tony Pollard. Yeah, you definitely need one of the running.
I would prefer not to play. I don't mind drafting a second guy that you want to like maybe see what he's like, but I think generally having two quarterbacks on a managed team is stupid, and you're just going to create an extra thing you have to think about every week. So draft one early, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm fine with just getting Josh Allen this year.
Yeah, Blake Corum, Devin Singletary, Tajay Spears. Tajay Spears is interesting. 10th round.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that's tripping up our Titans love. I don't like Tony Pollard. And maybe it's the Cowboys stink.
Yeah,
on him,
you just need to unthink about that. Remember what he was like at Memphis, where he was basically a wide receiver.
Yeah,
and
racking up some yards after the catch for our sweet Will Levis to lead the league in passing yards bet, which we're gonna try and max enter that one, Ryan.
Nice. I need to continue to rack guys.
Jared Goff goes. I think that's a good. This is a good pickup here in the 10th round. Jared Goff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all in on Jacoby Myers again this year. What, like, 10th round? He's gonna be the number. Like, what if Devontae Adams does get traded, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
It's Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers are the 1 and 2 target on that offense. I just keep drafting Jacoby Myers. Now he was my 5th receiver.
Ryan, do I go full boomer and draft Gus Edwards?
I passed up on him. Thought you might take him. I knew the risk before I passed on him.
All right, now no more running backs. I have 5 running backs.
No, that's fine. I in my observation of data, I think if you what you've done right here is fine.
Very unique team.
No, maybe, but you're going to save a position here. So where are you going to use it? How many receivers do you have?
3.
How many tight ends? 1. So you probably need to go extra pass catcher, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm going to just shoot a ton of receiver bolts. Nick Chubb off the board.
I also think
Chase Brown, Jerome Ford, Brandon Cooks. I'm back on the clock.
I think you should try to correlate your number 1 pick.
My number 1 pick.
I think for this team to really slap, you drafted Tyreek Hill.
All right, Harry, welcome aboard, Tua.
It also solves your problem of not needing to worry about another quarterback.
Yeah, I got Hurts in Tua. I got Nick Saban's fired up about this team.
Put Jonnu Smith in your queue, and then find another late tight end you like. And
I can't draft Jonnu Smith, right? Because we argued too much about
double tap tight end later. Get it? Oh shit, I'm on the clock.
Hey, head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm and sign up with your 7-day free trial of Rhythm. If you're listening to this now on Friday, not too late to get in on a bunch of picks, bunch of props. The AI Caddy tool is really awesome. You can do your own modeling for the Open. I know shout out to Adam Rosenberg, friend of the program, writes the Dong column, aka Dingers. Dong. He hit a nice 6-1 on the British Open. Guy to hit a birdie on hole 18. They do the AI Caddy. It's great. It breaks it down hole by hole. So if you're looking for some DGen action, some AI picks, some AI props, or creating your own model, get the 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Donnie Mitchell, Khalil Shakir, Jahan Dotson, Dalton Schultz, Austin Eckler, all off the board.
So I took 2 receivers on a team where I didn't get the quarterback.
Okay.
Really like this offense, Sean. First time I think we're going to fully agree on the Colts. Really like the offense. I really like Adonai Mitchell's, like the idea of him being a clear number 2 in the offense. And I think that I've gone from I like Jonathan Taylor. Little worried that Jonathan Taylor's not going to he's going to need these guys to get tackled inside the 5-yard line is what my thoughts are. Oh, there's just start working it out in your head. Yeah. We know they're going to pass a lot. We know they're going to run with AR-15. He's going to get his fair share of touches. I just don't think the distribution is going to be as clearly like he's the red zone bell cow. And so I do think he's going to need that to get a little bit lucky with carries inside the 5 or something like that. Are you still targeting Will Levis?
I don't think so. I don't think I need a.
And do we think Bo Nix is the starter? What are the latest odds on that? Have we looked recently?
I haven't. Yeah.
Would you like me to check?
Check on that, Ryan. Zach Charbonnet, nice Charbonnet, pairs pretty well. And I think both Seattle running backs are interesting. I'm out on the Seattle passing game.
We were discussing this earlier. And now we're hearing that JSN is going to get more run on the field. It sounds a little bit like it's because they're going to run a lot of 2 receiver stuff. So makes you wonder about Lockett. All right, let me look up. What was I looking at?
Zach Charbonnet pairs well with a nice bone-in ribeye.
Where do they hide these things?
It's trying to do a Berman nickname.
Yeah, it's a wine. You don't have to. Berman wouldn't make wine jokes. He's better than that.
Charbonnet and cheese. What is he's still doing prime time?
He would probably make like a frou-frou joke about Charbonnet, like Chaba, or do like a French accent maybe. They have these rookie specials somewhere. I know they do.
Friarmouth, Marshawn Lloyd has been getting some play. He's interesting in the 12th round.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's going to be a pass catcher, I think. I mean, we liked him in the pre-draft process, Sean.
Yeah,
always smart to say that.
I'm just down. I think I like the idea of the running backs in Green Bay.
Yes,
and I think both make sense at where you can draft him at right now. Greg Dortch, are you going to try and get a late Greg Dortch stack? Where do you think Greg Dortch's role is, Ryan, in that Arizona offense?
Off my radar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Josh Downs, Gabe Davis, all off the board. Kramer on the clock.
It seems hard to ignore this talk. And when I already have Cortland Sutton, grabbing Jaleel McLaughlin seems like a nice pairing. Sets up let's find those Bo Nix odds, huh? All right, here we go. Bo Nix minus 400. Okay. So he's the starter.
Yeah. I'm going Darnell Mooney, Ryan. What do you think of that?
He was in my queue. Very positive things being said about his role in the offense. The offense, I think even you got to look at Rondale Moore. They went out and grabbed him probably for a reason. You could see him running some of those jet sweep action shit that Sean McVay was running with DeMarcus Robinson and Tutu Atwell with Rondale Moore. So, but yeah, Mooney. It sounds like Mooney's going to be all over the place in this offense. And if you believe the hype, Kyle Pitts and Drake London are pretty good at ball. So. Mooney,
I would say Darnell Mooney's the only guy I want to draft on Atlanta's. I know I'm an outsider in the fantasy community, but he's a guy I find interesting of the group.
An outsider in the fantasy community. Why is that?
Well, because everyone else is so in on Atlanta.
Oh, you had an opportunity to say everyone else is so inside of each other.
I missed that.
Yeah. Well, they are. I mean, with these, hey, let's raise some money, but
hey, we love
really
each
exclusive. Other. And let's not.
We are very inclusive, but only if you get an invite to our club.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet, Luke Musgrave, TJ Hawkinson. I'm going to go Adam Thielen. Or do I go Pop Douglas?
Ooh, you're stretching for receivers. This is why you don't wait on receivers.
Yeah, I'm going Adam Thielen.
This is why you don't wait on the old receivers.
No, I like my receivers.
I'm almost back on the clock, Sean. Tyler Algier, I was just scrolling around, taking a look at him.
Odell Beckham's on the Dolphins, Ryan.
Yeah,
he's a fun last pick.
I'm not too interested.
Really?
Yeah, not too interested.
You don't want to go one more ride on the boat?
Oh no. All right.
Xavier Legette goes. Kirk Cousins. Why?
Baby, let's go. Welcome to the team. He's going to be the clear number 2 option in the offense.
Oh, please, someone who's watching, drafting with us, draft Daniel Jones.
No.
Just do it.
Don't do
just
that.
do it.
Not in this,
just do it.
Don't make me steal Jonnu Smith from you.
Oh, I don't care about Jonnu Smith.
What do you mean? That's a lie.
They're not gonna throw to the tight end. Miami.
See, there's probably a fan of yours, probably one of these fucking Red Shields.
Isaiah Likely goes.
Will they sacrifice their draft to ruin mine?
I would hope so. You call yourself a fan.
Can I give you a running back that you should maybe add to your pile?
Why would I not rather have Chigozimo Okonkwo than Jonnu Smith?
You can take.
Give me one reason.
I would say take both. Actually,
okay.
Dallas Goedert is not good enough to roll 2 tight ends.
All right.
So take insulting. Both. Just double tap it here on the next time around. Don't
Ricky Pearsall, Kendra Miller, Matt Stafford. Ricky Pearsall on the pup list looks like.
Do you have any thoughts on him?
Pearsall?
Yeah.
No, I mean he was a little interesting, I guess, if they trade Ayuk, but now with a rookie coming in with an injury, again, same reason why I don't like Jonathan Brooks. Like you can't make the club in the tub. Now, obviously, Ricky Pearsall is going to make the team, Ryan.
Nice,
but I think it would be tough to make an impact in the Kyle Shanahan offense if you have an injury to start with also Ayuk and Debo ahead of you.
It does seem
and
like
Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. Like, where is and Juszczyk? Where is he getting these touches?
It does seem like he. Have you gotten the sense that there is some sort of disagreement about his health? I don't know how deep you've gotten.
No, I haven't really.
Okay.
I haven't double clicked.
Well, I know you track the Niners closer than most teams. There's some interesting data to be had. Like I'm worried already. We're gonna find out
about Ricky Pearsall,
the whole organization.
Oh,
yeah, it goes all the way to the top. I think that welcome Matt John Lynch.
They've gotten because they've managed to lose an NFC Championship and lose the Super Bowl. They've really gotten a pass for what would be one of the worst trades of all time with Trey Lance.
Yes, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm not bitter.
They really like no one when they bring up the 49ers, no one ever goes, well, maybe if they used the third pick overall and someone that could contribute to the team, they maybe would have won
like a
the
backup
Super Bowl.
Quarterback in that one game.
Yeah, backup quarterback would have been good.
If we had a quarterback, I hate when I hear that. I would not even involved in the situation. It just sounds dumb.
Baker Mayfield goes, Jalen Wright.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually going to do something a little strange here, Sean. We're going to do a little uncorrelated tight end draft.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a wild man, Ryan.
I know.
You're a wild man.
But you're gonna understand it when
Tyler
you see
Boyd
it.
goes.
And you said you were out on the passing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save this one round. I don't want anyone to be a dickhead. I'm gonna reach one round. I'll do this.
He's
next
gone
round.
from undrafted all the way up to the 14th round. Give it up for Daniel Jones.
Thank you.
Geno Smith, also former New York Giants quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Remember him from the Eli Manning benching. I'm on the clock.
He had his nose all the way up Ben McAdoo's ass. He was trying to write a letter through that sphincter.
I am smashing Roman Wilson every chance I can get.
Well, that could be a clip. He is interesting.
I mean, the Steelers are great at drafting receivers, and look at how many great. And
are they good right away though?
Yeah, go back and look at some of their rookie years. They're productive.
Be interesting to see how.
And who else are the pass catchers on that team? George Pickens. Who else?
Does Arthur Smith need any more? He's got Freiermuth and Pickens. It is an Arthur Smith offense.
True, but it's a deal. At the end of the day, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers, right?
It's true.
We are who they thought they were. They know how to draft quarterbacks.
Oof. I only have one tight end. How many tight ends do you have, Sean?
One.
Is that enough?
No, but luckily the draft isn't over. I'm on the clock. Thanks for telling me,
2
Ryan.
seconds.
Take a shot on Troy Franklin.
Look at you taking some young guys.
Well, it's a balance.
Really into the young guys lately, huh?
Mm-hmm. Love a good young stud to add to my roster.
Nice young guy.
All right. So how many picks do I have left? I got 3 picks left, 2 of which need to be tight ends, according to Kramer.
Oh, and Noah Fant was the guy that I let go.
Really?
I think he's going to be a big part of the offense.
Yeah. Tyler Conklin's actually pretty interesting if you're looking for a rando.
Yeah, I'm just going to pivot though to giving my guy Kyler a triple stack. Michael Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Marvin Harrison now probably only helps Michael Wilson. Trey McBride. He does not a ton of volume, but hopefully we're scooping a couple touchdowns here. And I was considering Troy Franklin too, because I do have this kind of sneaky Denver stack building up here.
Well, I get some old salty dogs like Adam Thielen and some young pups like Roman Wilson and Troy Franklin, Brian Thomas. I got 3 rookies and some, older vets. And obviously Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Balance it all out.
So you're locked in on 2 quarterbacks then.
Yeah. Not going to take a third.
Yeah, I'm taking one more.
Really? Even with Daniel Jones?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been taking a lot of 3 quarterback teams. You haven't been paying attention. Got the 3-man weave.
Demario Douglas finally goes. Malachi Corley.
How many receivers you got, Sean?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plan on having
9?
9. Is that crazy?
No.
Yeah, it's 9 receivers. One of those guys has got to show up.
You have to go volume.
Corley, of course, rookie there for the Jets. Ryan, did you know while we were on vacation, it was revealed where Aaron Rodgers was when he did not show up for OTAs? Do you know where he was going?
Wasn't it some sort of meditation retreat?
Possibly.
Okay. Was it, I don't then.
Went to Egypt.
Oh. But we don't know what he was. I'm pretty sure he was doing some shit that.
He was in Egypt when he missed mandatory minicamp. I'll try and Back from Egypt.
Sounds like the movie sequel.
I don't. We don't know what he was doing in Egypt yet.
Back and better than ever, Sean.
I mean, for a guy who, it is just funny. I'm thinking of him like searching for treasure or something.
Him being a rich guy going on a treasure hunt would make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it's like him just being like, I want to do like John.
Well, someone
Wick.
took Jonnu Smith. What the hell?
Oh wow, smart drafter. They know it's all about the touchdown.
Maybe I only go do I need a third tight end, Ryan?
No.
If Dallas Goedert and Chig.
If you're good with it. If you're gonna go short on a roster position, tight end's the one to do it. So yeah. Don't have to take my advice.
I mean, Ertz is fun.
I think they brought him there for a reason. My concern is they drafted that kid from Kansas State. We got an auto drafter here. What the hell's going on?
Who is the starting tight end from Denver?
I mean, you asked Sean Payton that. I'm not asking Sean Payton that. The fantasy, what is the fantasy community still loves Greg Dulcich for some reason. Sean Payton loves Adam Troutman. They drafted or who's the guy there's someone else on their team. Let me pull up the depth chart. Krull.
Oh yeah.
Where'd he come from?
Juwan Johnson. Now they're saying will be ready for the beginning of the season.
Really? We got bad information.
Jatavion Sanders, Dawson Knox. Who's a fun? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a Hayden Hurst. He's kind of interesting.
Bryce Young still available.
Sad. He's going from #1 pick overall to undrafted in best ball. Ryan, what a fall from grace.
Jaleel McMillan is a good pick. He's a good
rookie receiver. Yeah, I think Chris Godwin. The more I think about it, he could have an awesome year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Hayden Hurst. Get me that third tight end. Per your advice, Ryan.
Yeah, the Hayden Hurst versus Will Dissly discourse is absolutely electric. I don't know which one it's going to be.
So it looks like I'm going to settle for only 8 receivers.
Wait, so you think Juwan Johnson's going to be healthy by week 1?
I'm hearing some stuff about that. Yeah. I'm skeptical.
Got it.
It's kind of throwing that out there, getting your take as a fellow fantasy expert.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, if you're watching live, tune in. We got the VSiN show, 6:00 Pacific. Should be a fun one as always.
I love this team. This might be the best team I've ever drafted. Oh, Sean, I totally forgot. Do you know what else the Colts represent?
What?
A bring back for Dan Jones and the New York Football Giants. Executed.
You scared the dog.
Got a third quarterback in Bo Nix, double stacked, no big deal. You didn't mention it, but I did draft Tyrone Tracy earlier. Going to catch a lot of passes for the New York Football Giants. Just need one more tight end. Give me that tight end. Who's the tight end on the board right now that you're taking?
Let's see.
You really think Juwan Johnson's going to be back?
That's what I'm hearing. Gesicki.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Mike Gesicki, I like. Dawson Knox has a very high ceiling. If not that long ago they drafted him. Gerald Everett's intriguing. Jelani Woods, maybe he's the guy in Indy. I mean, Colby Parkinson could be the starting tight end for the Rams, and that offense is pretty decent.
Yeah, Colby Parkinson's very
easy asking. Other than Kramer, I wonder how many people are drafting 4 Giants in these drafts. It's a great question.
Como Sidise, unique motherfucker.
Jatavian Sanders goes. Deonta Foreman off the board.
Yeah, this is interesting.
It's not a bad pick in round 18.
I think. Man, this tight end dilemma is tricky. I think I want to. I don't know. I think I should just. Oh, what happened? Who'd it give me?
Juwan Johnson, Ryan.
Yeah, you're telling me he's healthy.
I'm not telling you that. I'm saying there's rumors he might be ready.
Yeah, that's a gamble.
Bo Melton, love that guy. Almost won me a shit ton of money. Bryce Young does get drafted. My boy Johnny Wilson.
Who's that? Who's taking Johnny Wilson?
I did. He's working out with Hurts.
Nice. What are they doing? Is he spotting them?
They're catching passes.
There's no way he can squat 600 pounds. He must use a different rack.
Don't be jealous, Ryan. Jalen Hurts, Tua are my quarterbacks. My running backs: Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Rashad White, Zamir White, Gus Edwards. The receivers, and I got a bunch of them: Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Brian Thomas, Darnell Mooney, Adam Thielen, Roman Wilson, Troy Franklin, Johnny Wilson. Tight end trio: Dallas Goedert, Chigozimo Okonkwo, and Hayden Hurst. So shit.
What happened?
They all have the same buy.
Oh no!
Why did no one tell me that?
Oh no!
Fuck this
amateur hour. All right, one of the greatest teams you'll ever hear: Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, to go with Breece Hall, Josh Jacobs, Trey Benson, Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyrone Tracy, Malik Neighbors, Michael Pittman, D Hop, Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, and Donnie Mitchell, Wan'Dale Robinson, Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, and Juwan Johnson. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean. Second the money green. He's Ryan.
Nice job, Sean. Other than the tight end thing.
Kramer, let it ride.